Last, he was just talking about the challenges of the situation at the moment. He's talking about the confidence being down or whatever. Just from a player's point of view, what is the mood in the camp like at the moment?
Yeah, we're just trying to obviously we're after our first win of the season, and being that on no points, it can get to you. And as a group, you feel the pressure, and the more the pressure mounts up, the higher the higher and more we feel. I don't feel like we're a team that is bottom of the table, but having no points, that's where you sit. You just need to build that confidence to believe in ourselves that we're in the wrong position in the table, and all it takes is one result, and I think your mind's a change really.
Because you'll sit in that dressing room and you'll look around and you'll see a group of players that shouldn't be in the bottom two sides of Super League, don't you?
Yeah, I don't feel like we're there, and the players don't feel like we're there, and we just need to go and show that with a result, really, and that's the best way we can do that. We can do all the talking we want, but end of the day, for our fans, and we just got to go get a win and go get 2 points.
And this time last year, you were part of the Leeds group that were in a similar situation, weren't you? And you found a way out of that. Can you sort of take a leaf out of your own book from last year?
Yeah, I've probably been in. I'd probably feel more. Obviously, I wasn't playing every week last year, so it was kind of not as much pressure. But obviously now, being in every week so far, I feel like I can, as a team, we just need to change that kind of rut we're in, and yeah, I can obviously look back at past experiences, and even the year before that, I didn't think we had the best start. Obviously, we had a lot of injuries then, but yeah, I feel like I'm 22, but there's players who are obviously, we've got a mature squad, and they'll have been in this position. And I think as I look around the changing room, we're not trying to come up with answers on our own. We've got players with lots of experience who will stay calm in these situations, and just fight through it.
So how do you feel coming up against Leeds for the first time then?
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, got a lot of friends there. I've tried not to speak to too many of them this week. Kind of just kept away. Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, probably not even been thinking about it too much being my old club. Probably more thinking about what I need to do for the team, what the team needs to do. For ourselves and our confidence. And it's probably more being about us and what we can do rather than looking at Leeds. But obviously, I can't go past the fact that I've been there, a long time, and it'll be good to see some, familiar faces. So yeah, excited.
It was a big decision for you, wasn't it, to move clubs? It seems strange asking you in these current circumstances, but are you still confident you've made the right decision?
Yeah, 100%. I've spoke about, coming out of my comfort zone and finding a new environment. And I feel like this one has, really benefited me personally, and, getting the game time that I want, and developing as a young Super League player. I feel like 100% I back my decision to come here, and 100% back it.
Taking the adversity away, like you say, you've played every game so far. Do you feel like you've improved in just the short time you've been at CAS?
100%. I feel like it's just the environment, and probably just backing myself a bit more. Probably the way I came into training, I came down as in I wanted to put my foot down, and I wanted to play, and put my mark in. So it's made me probably train harder, just work a lot harder. So I feel like it was just the next step that I needed.
And Andy was just revealed about Jake Mamo retiring. Did that come as a shock to the playing group as well as the head coach?
Yeah, obviously he had we all know what Jake can do. He brings a lot of flair and that with his game. And yeah, after the Saints game, I think he took a bit of a bang and just decided that it was obviously not for him. So yeah, he's obviously a big loss for our team, because he can fill it, probably similar to myself, can fill in the back line. But yeah, a bit of a shock, but obviously we've got to move on and focus on this week.
You obviously started playing fairly regularly at Leeds last year. I think you played in sort of the first or 5 of the first 7 or 8 games. You played in Rowan's first game and then didn't feature again. I mean, was there a disappointment you didn't get a chance to maybe have a run of games under him, or was it just a clash of styles or something like
that? Yeah, Rowan kind of had he went his way. the news was probably already out within obviously me and the club that I was signing elsewhere, so that could have been a factor that he wanted to maybe use players who he was going to have the next year. But yeah, it was just one of them things. Probably wasn't in my best form either, so probably didn't have any right to kind of argue with his decision.
You've obviously spent time elsewhere, haven't you? You've been at Featherstone, you've been at Batley, but I guess coming up against Leeds rather than sort of being away from Leeds on loan, does that feel a little bit different this week?
Yeah, it's strange. Obviously, I probably, I'm really good friends with, them all. There's obviously some new faces in there, but it is strange. And luckily, I'm not too much of a Leeds fan, so it's not like I'm playing against the club I support, but obviously I have fond memories there, and it will be a strange one, but it's something I'm looking forward to.
You obviously made the decision to try yourself in a new environment. Do you have a point to prove against them tomorrow night, do you think?
Yeah, quite possibly. Obviously I wanna go and play well against my old club and kinda, I want to do that every week, show everybody what I can do every week. So I just feel like I'm going to try and, focus on it as, any other game and how I would do like that, and not put, obviously we're under a lot of pressure as a team at the moment, but try not to put too much pressure on myself in that way.
You touched on it a little bit as well. I mean, one win, particularly in the sort of first month, 6 weeks of the season, it can change everything and just put you on a different trajectory, can't it?
Yeah, we've spoke about that. We just need to go out and fight for everything, whether it be, in defence, in attack, if there's a loose ball or whatever. We're just going to go out and fight for everything and show how much we care, and kind of do it for the badge and the fans, and we owe it to them, really.
You signed for the club, obviously, with Rad as head coach, and then within a month, he sort of left the job. I mean, how difficult's that been, knowing that you're coming in trying to impress a new coach, and then you might have to impress a new coach all over again now if there's a new appointment?
Yeah, obviously we've got Lasty for the time being, and obviously last year I've had some decision in, Radaz's signing. So obviously Lasty, he's backed me and we've spoken. But obviously, yeah, if a new coach comes in, it's a fresh start, and it wipes the slate clean kind of thing. So yeah, it'll be back to obviously trying to make a good impression if we get a new coach, or if we get Lasty, who's doing a great job at the moment.
And just finally, you obviously made that decision, or you and the club made that decision to go to Fev last year on loan. How important was that for you to come into Castleford and hit the ground running, sort of playing rugby regularly rather than just sitting around and sort of clicking your heels a little bit?
Yeah, I spoke about this quite a lot. Obviously, I had Brian McDermott last year, and I felt like I really benefited, playing under him. He has some, his philosophies are set in stone, and it really helped me kind of develop as that young player coming through, and kind of take the next step. So I really enjoyed my time at Fev, and just getting that week in, week out rugby that I was thriving for. It was a good opportunity to do that, and unfortunately we didn't finish the season the way we wanted, but it set me up to come in, and have a big pre-season here.
You've covered a lot there, but I just want to know, where do you see yourself playing long-term position wise?
Yeah, probably as a centre. Obviously, I played fullback last week, and obviously not played there in quite a while, a little bit rusty, but you get back into the swing of things pretty soon. So comfortable there, but yeah, probably, like I've said a lot, I felt like I've had quite a strong start to the season in centre, but obviously whatever's best for the team, I'm happy to put my hand up and play wherever I'm needed.
How did you stay positive last season? You're, as you said, you're out of the team's struggling. When you do come in, you're not on top form by your own admission. How much did that kind of affect you, and what did you do to kind of make sure that you stayed kind of mentally on track?
Yeah, probably just trying to have a good kind of life balance. Obviously, I'm at uni too, so I got, when probably rugby wasn't going the way that it could, I probably stuck my head into a bit more of my uni work and tried to do well in that, and I got some pretty decent results in that. So that kind of having that life balance and having two things to go at. When rugby's not going so well, I can look to other areas to kind of keep me going. Whereas if I was just all, concentrating on rugby and it's not going well, and that's probably all I'd be thinking about. But I probably had something to take my mind off it, and just kind of having that life balance. And I'd probably say, if you asked my teammates about me, that they'd say I'm a positive person and I come in with a smile on my face. So probably just try and get through it, and just work a bit harder. Or that's probably my attitude when things are not going my way.
Was there ever any time while your Leeds career was obviously kind of unraveling to an extent that you even a fleeting idea that it might not, that uni work might take over even more, and that the sport maybe wasn't for you, or did it never kind of get that serious?
Oh no, I early on had conversations with Castleford and signed pretty early, so I knew my future was kind of safe, and so I had kind of that to think about. That I knew I was, at the end of the year, and I was never in doubt where I was going to be going. So I was pretty confident that just when I got playing week in, week out and found some form, that I'd be back to my best. It was just a matter of time. I have a belief in myself and that I can go, all the way.
And just remind me what stage you're at with the uni now, and how that balance is this season, whether it's changed since you've moved to Cass.
Yeah, I'm in my second year at uni now. So just balancing it. Yeah, it's sometimes hard, but I have a good relationship with kind of my tutors and my lecturers, so they'll give me work to do online and catch up. And most of the time I can get in. So it's pretty good. Yeah, it's just finding that balance really.